Hi, it's Andy Kelly of Sundial Consulting. I've just ridden over the Golden Gate Bridge and I'm knackered. I was inspired to do it by my good friend Ryan McGinty and his young family, who did this on a vacation recently, and I thought if those little munchkins could do it, I could do it. And I feel happy, I feel happy because I've never done it before and I love doing things for the first time. And don't worry, there isn't an earthquake in San Francisco, this is just my selfie stick in the wind. Happiness is the subject of the day, the happiness advantage. It turns out that there is science that proves the conversation point that we've been having with teams for over the last 10 years. It turns out that how you feel does affect your behavior and does affect your performance in terms of the way your brain works. The happiness advantage is some science that proves that your brain is 30% higher performing when you feel happy over negative, neutral, or stressed. So there you go. So you think it'd be simple, wouldn't you? You think we'd all follow that logic, but we don't. It turns out that we've got it the wrong way round. We all think, or many of us think, that if we strive for success, that's what will make us happy. But it doesn't often, right? We try and get the bigger house, we get the house, then we want the next one. We get the new car and then we want the faster one. We get the new job and then we want to get the higher one. It doesn't necessarily equate to happiness. However, it turns out if you focus on doing things that make you happy in your day-to-day life, it makes you feel better and it makes your brain higher performing. So I looked at the science and I kind of reflected on myself. I've always been a glass half full person, to the point where it's not just half full, but there's a shot on the side, A carpe diem, seize the day, live like it's your last day, to a fault actually, in many cases, gets you into trouble. And I rarely plan enough. Maybe we should do that on another podcast. Maybe we'll plan to do that in the future. But actually I have started planning because I realized that if I planned, it would make others better. I could do a better job for my customers. I'd be a better father, be a better husband. So I have started to plan because it makes me feel happier helping other people. I've also been inspired by my wife recently, who has been starting to take a journal, and she has started to record things that make her happy. She started to do things in priority order that make her happy. She started to think about how she can make others happy. We had some loss recently. Our chocolate Labrador, Ferris, who's 14 years old, recently passed. And it's been tough for the family, it's been tough for all of us. And on top of that, my wife's grandmother, 94 years old, also passed. Somebody who was super dear to my wife, brought her up in her childhood, the loveliest, happiest, charismatic, sweetest grandmother you could ever dream of. So my wife has been using these happy thoughts to get her through this period of loss, and it's really helped. And then I turn to business and I look at the teams that we've been working with. Just even last week, we worked with Kevin Carney and his global financial services team in Manhattan for Fortinet, and they found a place. They found a happy place. They've built a team with mutual accountability, trust. They celebrate success. They have fun. They love their customers, and they haven't missed a quarter in over 2 years. The money just speaks for itself. The numbers just speaks for themselves. I also turned to my good friend Alyssa Merwin and her great team at LinkedIn Sales Solutions North America, and they have built the most amazing, compassionate, caring culture with trust, high-performing teams, mutual accountability, personal development, ambition, and again, she has been hitting number year after year after year. So how can you start to prioritize happiness in your life? So start to do things in threes. Think about 3 things you're proud of each day. At the end of the day, look back and think of 3 things you did that make you proud. Think of 3 good deeds you did each day where you helped somebody else feel happier. and think about 3 things that you're going to do the next day that you enjoy, that stick with your values, that make you feel happy, and do that day after day after day, and the performance will follow. So I wish you luck being happy, and I'm off to go back to the city, or maybe I'll take the ferry. Bye for now. Andy Kelly, Sun Up.